Hey y'all, and welcome to Let's Talk with your girl Shalakim. Yeah, I hope everybody is doing good tonight. I'm gonna wait and allow some people to come on in alive. And while I do that, let me share. I'm gonna put the call-in number at the bottom, so everybody has a call-in number. Hello, how are y'all, amazing people tonight? I hope y'all good. I hope you had a good holiday and good weekend. Hope y'all got some good deals on Black Friday. Okay, that's the call-in number. I want to make sure I pin it. There we go. Hello, hey. All right, so let me refresh this. Let me just share. Hello, hey Donald. Hey Jimmy Johnson. Hey. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all invite some people. Woo! This is actually my first talk show back from my 30-day lockout. Locked up. Facebook locked out, you know. But it's okay, I'm here now. And hey David, I see y'all coming in. Come on in. Invite some people. Uh-huh. Yes, definitely make sure y'all invite people. Tag them, whatever y'all gotta do. Share the newsfeed. Okay. I don't know. It won't tag. Can I start? Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. We're not gonna worry about it. They won't let me start a watch party, but it's okay. We're not gonna worry about that. We're gonna get into tonight's topic. I thought tonight's topic was really good. I'm just gonna I'm gonna ask everybody to. I know the phone lines have been blowing up, but hold on. Just give me a moment to open, and then y'all can call in. Then I'll let y'all know when to call in. But I wasn't even live and calls was coming through. I'm like, hold up. Hold on 1 second. I don't know how to turn the ringer down on this phone. Oh, okay, there I go. Oh, okay, there I go. Okay. So I will open up the phone lines when I'm done open. Hey Tavis. So before on my, this is my 14th show, my 13th show. We talked about the double standards within the Black community, and we talked about the double standards a little bit between Black women and Black men, which that I'm going to do. We're going to continue that show at a later date, hopefully next week. If this doesn't go into part 2, I think this show may go into a part 2. So I don't know. We're gonna play it by ear, but I will keep you posted. So that show put me at like 13.5 million, you know, and I seen that I was getting reported a lot. And I thought I was cool, you know, because I get reported all the time. But I'm like 13.5 million views in 28 days. Something is bound to happen. And that's when I was locked out of my Facebook, locked out of my Instagram. I was not on social media for 30 days. I think I've been back for maybe like 3 weeks now. I've done a few lives, things like that, just trying to get back in the swing of things. And those 30 days was really hard, and I just didn't understand why women feel like that men don't need empowerment. You know, my platform is attacked a lot, you know, and I'm really just coming and I'm trying to level out the playing field. You know, they say that I bash Black women, but That's not my purpose. That's not my motive here. My motive is to teach Black women how to grow just like I've grown. I've never come on my platform and talked about and pointed the finger. I've always took responsibility for me, my actions. I've came on here and shared, how I wasn't always a good woman to a man. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't always this woman, so I feel like if I can come up and I can step up to the plate and I could say, listen, I'm not always right. I'm not always right in relationships. I'm still a work in progress. I'm still growing as a woman. I feel like other women can do that in due time. The information that I'm putting out there is not about bashing me. It's not about calling me a pick me. You know, it's about this is my life and this is my purpose, and someone had to step up to the plate and say it, and someone had to step up to the plate and do it. And who better than me, someone that believes in everything that I come on here and I talk about. So I wondered that with my time away, like, why are Black women so mad? Because I'm coming on here and I'm just talking about what we don't talk about, you know. Um, but tonight I kind of, this was a last minute topic. Y'all see me posting a lot of things on social media this week. Um, Things that get swept under the rug that should not get swept under the rug. But tonight's topic, I decided on it maybe about an hour and 30 minutes before the show, because it dropped in my spirit. So it's Black men have been lied on, disrespected, unappreciated, and the least empowered. So, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I feel like there's a lot of resources and it's a lot of platforms that, empower women, empower Black women, but how many platforms are empowering our men? A lot of y'all are married. A lot of y'all have sons, a lot of y'all have nephews, y'all have fathers. Don't you want them to be empowered? Don't you want there to be some resources? If they need help, men go through a lot of mental health issues just like women. They don't deserve, what we get. And I feel like when people come and bash my platform, that's what you're saying. You're saying that the Black man does not matter. When I come on here, I don't just empower, just Black men. I empower Black women and just people as a whole too. But I don't think people really understand that. I think people are I think people are so used to people coming to the table and talking about empowerment and empowerment of, the Black woman and not the Black man. And that's why I say tonight that I feel like, Black men are least empowered. And I stand on that. And I want to change that, Malcolm said they are miserable. That's why I don't feel like every woman is miserable, but there is a lot. I posted a video, was it today or yesterday, about a Black father trying to pick his son up from school. It was raining, the weather wasn't really good, but I feel like the mom handled it wrong. You know, she threw up the fact that he caught the bus there. He caught the that he caught the bus to pick his son up from school. He's trying. But these are the things that we don't talk about. People want to talk about, Black fathers are all deadbeat dads, and that's not true. It's not true by far. I feel like, everybody hits rough spots in life. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody goes through things. If someone has to catch the bus to go pick their kid up from school, at least they're going to pick him up. I feel like it was even the way she was bashing him and, talking about the way that he caught the bus and, just things like that and calling him out his name. It was the disrespect for me. Then I posted a young lady that got on social media and everybody said that, she was scamming people out of money and acting like she was in a domestic violence situation. And I had women on her arguing with me about that. And it's like, hold on. This is my problem. And just let me go, and I'm going to open up the call line. But my thing is, why is it right is right and wrong is wrong only when it comes to us women? First of all, this woman got on social media and said she was in a domestic violence situation. Okay. People then came out and said she was lying. She always lies like this. So you use domestic violence, you know why? Because it's so believable, and nobody's going to question the woman. If I come on here and I plead, oh, I'm in a domestic violence situation, I'm crying, I'm boohooing, everybody's going to believe me. No one's going to question, am I lying or not? And that's the problem. And I'm not sitting up here saying question victims, but what I'm saying is when it comes to light that it is a lie, it gets swept under the rug. People didn't care that she lied on this man, and this man, could have possibly went to jail for something he did not do. In the town where they live at, this man was probably, labeled as a woman beater. I don't think that people understand the repercussions that come from lying. I've also came on this platform and told y'all how I had a woman that reached out to me that needed help because she lied to get a Section 8 voucher. She went and got a PFA because they told her, if you have a PFA and a few other things, you will be automatically eligible to get a Section 8 voucher. So what did she do? She lied on her children's father, which had a good job. He was paying, I think, about 500 something in child support a month for two kids. And hold on, I'm sorry. He was paying child support for both kids, and had an apartment, everything, and she got this PFA on him, and it ruined his life. He lost his job. He had to go back and forth to court and prove his innocence. I'm glad she was woman enough to step up and say, I want to make this right. And I'm glad she came to me and we were able to go and make that right. But what about all the other men that nobody stepped up and made it right? You see what I'm saying? Those are the topics that I come on here and talk about, because women aren't the only victims in situations. Men are victims in a lot of situations. Imagine how many men have been lied on, about domestic violence. You see what I'm saying? Imagine how many men have been labeled a deadbeat father when they're trying to do, their best to see their kids. Come on. There are some, we're going to be real, there are some evil, miserable women out there that think that playing victim is going to get them somewhere. And I don't know why society puts that message out there, that you have to be this single mom victim, to get help, or, for people to feel sorry for you. That single mom term, it just, I mean, yeah, some of us are single moms, but know the different definition of a single mom. You know what I mean? Some of y'all aren't single moms. Some of y'all are co-parenting. But you know what? Society has made it comfortable to be like, oh, I'm a single mom. Like this is some award, or it's like, some accolade or something. Like who wants to be a single mom? Who runs around and brags about being a single mom? I just don't understand it. So, tonight I want to talk about, these different things from a whole different standpoint. Leon Jackson said I think it's 75% of them. So I'm going to open up the phone lines now for people to call in. The call-in number is right on the screen, because I think that this is something that definitely needs to be talked about. I feel like, I shared a video about a young boy that was molested earlier, and he's a young kid, and he came on here, and this is where the trauma starts, though. This is where the trauma starts when these black men are young. It's a lot of the trauma starts, there. Hello, caller.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Kimia, this is Sarah.
Hi, I'm good, and you?
I'm doing okay. I'm originally from New Orleans, but I'm calling from Mississippi.
Okay.
Okay, am I live? Can I start the discussion, or am I what?
Yep, you're live.
Oh, okay. All right. So speaking in reference to single moms, I know you touched on a lot of stuff on your live.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the last thing I called was in reference to single moms and the stereotypical perspective that society puts on moms, single moms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So speaking of personal experience, I myself was a single mom, and you made a good point when you said that there's a difference between a single mom and co-parenting.
Right.
Because there are some single moms that say like they have gotten divorced or they broke up with their boyfriend or whatever, but their dad or the child's father does not need to be on child support. He takes care of the child. He spends time with the child. He's literally co-parenting. He picks them up. He provides money, provides whatever. He has clothes at the father's house. That is not a deadbeat father, and those fathers don't deserve to be on child support. I think some women put those fathers on child support when they're upset that something did not work out, or they're feeling a little bitter. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think society struggles with separating those type of women and from the real mothers who are there are single mamas and really dealing with it on their own, or co-parenting and really being logical women and co-parenting with their ex-spouse or whoever it may be.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. And
now, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to kind of add to what you were saying that, I was that single mom with one of my kids. And I would see women that have amazing, I'm talking about kids had an amazing dad, but they weren't allowed to be a dad because of the mom. Because see, some moms feel like because the kid live with them, they have like full control. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm going to control when you see them. I'm going to control what you buy them. And I don't understand why we like that. I used to look at people like that. I'm just being real. I used to be like, Dad, why my son got no dad like that? You come get him anytime you want to. You see what I'm saying? I want y'all to have a relationship. But it's the ones that have that, that abuse it. You see what I'm saying? And they make it hard for not only the dad, for the kid suffer. But go ahead, finish.
Right. Oh, no, I agree with you 100%. And the child does suffer, but see, it goes deeper. See, a lot of people like to look at the surface of certain situations and not understand the underlying issue to things. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The dynamics between a woman and a man, and when it comes to the child and co-parenting and child support and the backlash and the back and forth bullshit that goes on between a man and a woman, it goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Women become bitter when they've been cheated on. Men become bitter when they've been cheated on. So they use this child as a ping pong, and that shit is not cool. That shit don't work. That's not messed up. And it gives the real single moms, like how I was. Now I'm married, but I was a single mother.
Right.
And you understand, gives women like me, or like you, a bad name. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, I put my child's father on child support. Yes, I did. And you know why? She's 8 years old, and to this day, he doesn't give me a dime for her. She's in private school. That's $4,500 a year. You understand what I'm saying? And she's been in private school since she was 4. So she's 8 now. So you understand where I'm coming from. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I worked my ass off to make sure my child's straight. So he was angry. Oh, I didn't have a job, but you put me on child support. Sir, I cannot tell my 2-week-old daughter that I don't have a job, so I can't take care of you. Now, granted, I wasn't being evil by putting him on child support knowing he didn't have a job, goddammit. But at the end of the day, I had to work 2 jobs and at a fast food restaurant to take care of her.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I get it.
You would pay the child support, but it's not consistent.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? A
Right.
father is consistent. A mother is consistent. So a lot of people need to fucking understand the difference between a real father and then, you got your deadbeats out there that absolutely ain't doing shit.
Right, but all of them's not like that, and they all get labeled that, and I don't think that's fair. You know what I mean? I just don't. I don't think it's fair. It's just like women. Come on, it's deadbeat moms out there that the kids live with them. We don't talk about that. The kids live with them.
Right.
Honey, let me tell you something. I used to live in an apartment complex. I'm talking about these girls used to leave the kids in the house by themselves, go to the bar, but ain't nobody talking about that though. You see what I'm saying? Nobody talks about that.
Right. People fear what they don't understand, right? They fear what they have to, you understand what I'm saying? What's the word I'm looking for? What they have to like stand against or stand up to. You know what I'm saying? When God comes back, we y'all got to stand before him and be judged. You understand what I'm saying? So when we get up and look in a fucking mirror every day, right? Excuse my language, I don't mean to curse. When we get up and look in a mirror every day, you facing yourself.
Right.
You're your own judge. God judges you. You're your own judge. So let's go back to the women and the man and then the child. You understand what I'm saying? When you hurt people hurt other people. So no matter what this man doing, this man could be picking his child up, whatever. Yeah, she was cheated on, he fucked over, or she messed over him. They're bitter, they're upset. That don't have nothing to do with the child. Okay,
it don't. You're right. It don't got nothing to do with the child.
I'm taking away from my child. Now I need to look at myself in the mirror and pay attention to what I need help with. You know what I'm saying?
And I made a video because people kept hitting me up asking me like, well, and this is black women asking me, you know, why don't black men take care of their kids like white men? And I answered it, and they didn't like it, and I said, you know why? And I'm not being smart. And this ain't all black women, but the white women I've came across, they ain't doing all that. They come up with a schedule. You see what I'm saying? This is, you pay for the medical, you pay for this, you pay for that. You get them every other weekend, you get them every other holiday. Black women ain't sitting down doing that. And I'm just being real. They ain't doing that. You know why? Because let that man have a new girlfriend. Oh, you can't see your kids. My kids can't go over her house. Why not? What do that got to do with you? That don't got nothing to do with you. You ain't together no more. So you gonna make your child suffer because you still want the dad. Because that be the situations a lot of times they be miserable. We gonna be real. Because people don't talk about it from that end. Me, as a woman, let me tell you something. I've had conversations with women that, you know, my kids' dads was in relationships with. When they came around and wanted to get their kids, listen, just treat my baby like they're yours. That's all. I don't care if my child call you mom. That don't bother me as a woman. You see what I'm saying? I want my child's father to be with a woman that treats my child like my child is theirs, baby. Like they're theirs.
Correct.
Period.
Correct. I agree to that 100%. But that's where honesty with yourself comes in. See, a lot of people don't understand self-care and being honest with yourself. Yeah, true. They're taking this out. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go to the white woman. Okay, now we're going to go back to family dynamics and how shit goes. When you're a child, when you're a woman child. You understand what I'm saying? When you're a woman child, that doesn't make any sense, but understand where I'm going, because
I understand. I understand what you're saying.
But you're not a woman yet.
Right. You're not acting like a woman. You a woman, but you're not acting like a woman. Period.
And I'm speaking of when you a child, right? Right, Charlotte? Me and you were little girls once before, right?
Right.
We've watched our mothers. You understand what I'm saying? We watch what they do. We watch how they handle their business, what they do, where they go, how they come, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And see when it comes to white and black, I hate touching on that situation because that's a very touchy subject. And again, you making good points when you say a lot of people don't want to touch on that.
But you gotta be real. You gotta be real. You gotta be real. We move different. We move different than white people. I'm just being real. Let me.
And I respect that.
Hold on one second. Let me go a little bit deeper. Hold on. Let me go a little bit deeper to drop a seed on this live tonight. What do black people do? We as black people, we want to look rich. We want to look rich. We want to be in the hood. We want our kids to have every pair of Jordans. We want them to have every Polo, Tommy, you know what I mean? All that type of stuff, right? And to be honest, in the white community, what they're doing is they're setting their kids up with trust funds. They're making their kids entrepreneurs. You see what I'm saying? They putting their kids on payroll. They teaching their kids their companies. This is what they're doing. So we can't ignore.
Real talk. You are 100% right. You are 100% correct because I see this with my own eyes, right? But then it comes into statistics and what you've been around. You feel where I'm coming from?
True.
Feel me on this. That's why I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a white and black thing. You feel me? Yeah, the whites do this, the whites do that. They had the blacks do this, the blacks do this.
But I'm not sitting up here. I'm not saying everybody. I'm not saying everybody, because I have friends that, you know what I mean, are doing amazing. Their kids are entrepreneurs. What I'm saying is majority of the black were lost. They reached out to me and they asked me why first of all, they reached out to me and compared black men to white men. And I just broke it down. That was all I did. You can't sit up here and say that black men don't take care of their kids like white men do, and black men don't have the access that white men have. Or the resources, or the women. Like, let's be real.
Right. And I feel you on that. You real, you keeping it G, and that's why I look at your shows and I love you. I'm live on with you now. I feel you. You 100 with it. Now we gotta go. When you going back to what whites are doing more than what blacks, now you gotta go back to the history of our black women. You feel me? Like, let's dip in on the history. You heard me? First of all, we are black. All right, we were treated like dogs. You understand? Our mothers and ancestors were slaves.
Okay, slaves. Like but my thing is, why we gotta be in the black community treating each other like that though? Why we gotta oppress each other in the black community?
But let's think about these cycles though, child.
Let's stop them. Let's stop the cycle. It's mind over matter. It's are you going to do what you see everybody else do, or you going to do something different to benefit yourself and your family? I can't do what I seen growing up. That's not going to benefit me or my children.
I feel you on that, but what do you tell that, right? You feel me? Because hey, I'm not one to make excuses. Seriously. You heard me? I'm not one to make excuses for anybody, but because I am who I am, I always got to play devil's advocate. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not one to make excuses for any black woman or any white woman or any white man or any black man. You feel me? But I try to look at the whole perspective. What do you say to that black woman, right? To that 24-year-old who already got 7 kids, right? Her mom, let's say her mom 46. Boom, she got 7 grandkids. And then her daughter, who's pregnant, she got 5 more siblings.
If you got 7 kids, don't talk to me about having no deadbeat babies there. Don't talk to me about it. If you got 7 kids, don't talk to me about it. I don't want to hear it. Because, baby, you got 7. So you sitting up here telling me that you picked 7 wrong, or 5 wrong, or 4 wrong? Don't talk to me about it.
Oh, wait, I wasn't about to even bring up no dad. We talking about the cycle. Now, hey, we have cycles in reference to what young men see in reference to their fathers and their ancestors and their great-granddad. Yeah, we have that.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm talking about young African black women who grow up in these situations here. I wasn't touching on the dad.
Okay.
But I'm talking about cycles and what these young women see their mothers going through. You understand?
Yeah, because they're toxic, and they're teaching their daughters how to be toxic.
Uneducated, no way out. You
right.
see what I'm saying?
Right. No, I get it.
Tell those women?
Right.
Huh?
I mean, all I can. I mean, I've done videos on that. I've come on here and said, listen, you know, I didn't have the best upbringing. You feel what I'm saying? But I knew that I couldn't be the way I can't be the women I've watched growing up. I can't do that. That's why I come on here and I be so transparent about being a better woman, because at the end of the day, I can't. I sat around and heard you know, women bash black men. I've heard them sit up, you know what I mean, and tell the dads that they can't see the kids. Thank God, like my mom wasn't like that. It ain't matter who my dad went with. You feel what I'm saying? We was out the goal of my dad.
Right.
And I appreciated that. You see what I'm saying? Out of my mom. Like, I really appreciate that. So I didn't see that part of the spectrum growing up. But being around women and women sitting up and living in the projects and teaching their daughters how to live in the projects, and oh, well, when you get out of the project, what you want to do is you want to go get you a Section 8 voucher, and you know you want to say F your baby's dad and go get some food stamps and get some cash assistance and take them. You teaching them poverty though. How do you teach your kids poverty? You're not teaching them to go to college. You're not teaching them to get a trade. You're not teaching them to become an entrepreneur. You're teaching poverty. Let's stay in the projects.
Correct.
Let's get a Section 8 voucher. Let's go get some food stamps. That's what you're teaching them.
But it's happening. But again, also you have your parents where they are literally teaching that, teaching the system,
Yeah,
right? Teaching the system. But then I guess being in the profession that I'm in, I believe I've seen it in all angles. I've seen where there's not a way out. If there is a way out, but there's circumstances that makes it a struggle for Black families that are growing up in poverty. You understand what I'm saying? Where I've seen the mother trying her best.
well, we can't kind of put that on the men, because you rarely see men living in the projects.
So where do we go from there? Do we open up centers for adult Black women who are not?
No, we speak out. We speak out. That's what we do. We stop sharing twerk videos and stuff like that, and we start speaking out, no matter who likes it. I come on here and I speak out because you know what? Some women inbox me and they get it, and it changes their life. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not sitting up here blaming Black women for the way that they were brought up, because I'm saying, sis, listen, me too. I've seen that too. I've been through that too. But I had to be a woman to say, listen, the generational curse got to stop with me. It got to stop with me. I'm not letting a woman sit up.
A woman and a man in the mirror.
I'm not sitting up letting somebody teach me to oh, you don't need no man. You could do bad by yourself. Go get you some food stamps. Go get you some cash assistance. I'm not saying I've never been on that stuff, because I have.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But why aren't we preparing our daughters to be wives and to get married and how to respect a man? Why aren't we teaching that? They're not being taught that. You know what these young girls are being taught? These toxic moms are teaching these girls to go look for a man with money. Not get your own bag, baby, but go get a man with some money. How you teach your daughter that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Come on. Like, I can't respect nothing like that.
But it has to stop. Right, but of course, you know what I'm saying? It has to stop at some point. It has to start with the mother, or if not the mother, it has to start with the offspring of the woman, and stop blaming the child's father, or stop blaming their mother for having the lack thereof. You understand what I'm saying? The key thing is, start with yourself. And
exactly.
Family curses are hard to break. Habits are very hard to break.
They ain't that hard. I broke them. So they're not that hard.
You gotta want it. Yeah, you gotta want it. You gotta get a different experience, a different taste of life.
Right.
Which is why some African American men or Black men join the military and get shitted on for that. I've heard people say, "Oh, why you join the military? Why your cousin joined the military? Why they did that? Why the military? Why? Because sometimes the military is all the black man has."
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And
right.
Will come out of that.
I understand what you're saying. No, the phone line's just blowing up. Okay. I gotta go.
We could go. Yeah.
I gotta go, but thank you so much for calling in. Okay.
Okay, thank you, and it was a pleasure.
Absolutely. We'll talk again.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Bye.
If you were trying to call back in, I'm sorry. I know I'm going to try to give people, 4 to 5 minutes. I know that kind of went long because it was deep, but, it. Hello, caller. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
All right, I'm doing good. I just want to ask you a question and stuff like that. I had some things that happened to me with my girlfriend and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She stole $6,000 from me and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had loved her, and I don't know what to do no more with her no more, nothing like that. I don't know if to leave her alone or forgive her or whatever. I don't know.
She stole $6,000 from you.
Yeah, she stole $6,000 from me.
And you don't know if you should forgive her.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Where's she?
Stole $6,000.
And where's she still in? Where'd she go? She still live with you?
No, she don't live with me. We don't live together or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen her in 6 months, and
Well, I think her stealing $6,000 from you, I think that was a sign. I think that was a red flag.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think you know the answer now. I don't think I have to tell you. I think you already know what you should do.
Yeah. She's still calling on me and stuff, telling me good morning, all that day, and things good and stuff like that. You know.
So she could probably come back and steal 6,000 more from you.
No, she can't come back here.
Oh, okay. So you got your answer. You got your answer. You know what to do. You know what you got to do. You know you got to go ahead and move on.
Yeah. You know, I had loved it, but you know the thing is, my ex-girlfriend had called her one day and stuff like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out with her one night and stuff like that. Nothing ever did happen, nothing like that. We just had a good time out for drinks and stuff.
Okay,
like
so
that.
hold on. So she stole the $6,000 because you went out with your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, I carry.
I mean, she still shouldn't have stole $6,000 from you though. That wasn't the solution, you know, to the situation. That wasn't the solution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was. I mean, you have to do what you feel, and you have to really, you know, evaluate the situation and, you know, weigh the good and the bad, and, you know, make a decision from there. I can't really tell you like to leave her alone or whatever. You know what you feel. You know if you want to make it right and you want to work it out, you know, or if you want to walk away. You know that. You know what you want to do. You know what you want to do. But thank you so much for calling in. I gotta go because the lines are blowing up, so I have to go. Okay, but thank you.
Thank you.
Rest of talking about bye. Yeah, in situations like that, it's like you know what you got to do, and I understand loving people. I do. I definitely do. But you know what route that you know that you should go, and you know, to kind of touch on what I was talking about, you know, earlier when the young lady had brought up, you know, basically teaching poverty, to our kids. I'm like really against that. I'm like really against that cycle, and we can't sit up here and say it's men teaching it because, I mean, it's a very low percentage of men that like are, living in the projects or that can get a Section 8 voucher. You really don't see men getting Section 8 vouchers, or you don't really see a whole bunch of men, you know, living in the projects and stuff like that. But it's like it's a cycle that's being taught, and that's why I come on here and I talk about the things I do to try to change and break the cycles in other people's families. You know, it's not about bashing anybody. It's about, listen, let me share with you so you can grow too, because I want y'all to grow too. Hello, caller. How are you?
How you doing? This is Van from Charlotte. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
Good. Glad to see you're back. I was worried about you.
Thank you. It's great to be back. It's great.
Good. Couple of things. I was listening to the first sister who called in, and she used a couple when we like to use words without really understanding what words mean.
Okay.
We can articulate them very well. They sound cute. But what are we really saying? So she used the word like statistics. And I found that word that jumped out at me. That's really the reason I called today. Statistics. Statistically speaking, so when you look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics.gov, and you look at the highest group or highest percentage of people who pay child support, black men are number one. No other group of people pay child support at a higher rate than black men.
I believe
so
it.
This whole mythology that white men pay child support and take care of the kids more so than black men, that's all it is. It's a myth. It's not true. It's never been true. Historically or contemporary. In historical context, white men never took care of their own kids. They used us to do that. Right? We raised their kids, we breastfeed their kids, and all of that other stuff. We've always done that throughout the country. So even in modern day, but we get caught up in propaganda because that's the best weapon that they use against us is propaganda, and things get repeated and repeated and repeated. Another point I want to make is we're talking about we don't take account accountability for our own actions, right?
True.
So we always want to blame the man. And her herself said, and I'm not trying to attack the sister, but I've heard this argument for all my life. It never makes sense. I put my man on child support because there's always some excuse why they did it. It's all about control. And that's what happens. And you guys were talking about, had a good back and forth going on. It's about control. For whatever reason, that control gets exercised. You got a new girlfriend, this, that, or another.
Right.
Somebody was hurt. They were quote unquote in their feelings. Now they want to exercise control. But we got to start looking at facts. Facts, because it took two people to make that baby and create that baby. And we all, this whole feminist movement that started in the 60s was about making things equal. But the black man has never been equal to the black woman, ever. And they've never been ahead of the black woman out in this country.
Never.
Sister Shahrazad Ali said that the black woman is the only woman in this country who's never been examined. They've never been forced to examine their own BS. Okay? And it's time, we talk about strength and being strong and independent and all of these words that we use.
Right.
But when it comes time to using that strength, we use it in the wrong direction. We use
Absolutely.
it to destroy our community.
I agree.
Instead of to build it up. That's Sister Shahrazad Ali. Plenty of books and videos that she's been writing over the last 30 years on that topic.
Yeah, I agree with that. Can I add something to what you're saying? Sarah was in the comments saying, let me go back. If a man doesn't take care of his child, they need to be held accountable. So let me share really quick. I put both my children's fathers on child support. I didn't have the opportunity to sit down and say, hey, this is let's agree to something. My youngest son, I actually didn't. I think he was maybe a teenager once I took his dad down, and I actually set the order at $50. What I'm saying is that there's men that you don't have to go to those limbs, but there are men that you have to do that. You see what I'm saying? So Sarah, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that everybody doesn't have the same mindset when it comes to child support. Some people really use it because they're not getting the help that they should be getting with the child. Some people use it as control. There's two sides to a coin, baby. That's all we're talking about. We're not attacking you and saying, because you put your child. We're not saying that. You're one woman that may be on the other side, but you got to flip that coin. And you have to talk about the women that don't even need to go to those measures, but they do. Because it's about control with them. It's about a get back. It's about using child support in the wrong way. Now go ahead, sir. Continue.
No, I agree with that 100%. I was married for 20 years. I have 4 children, all by my ex-wife. 20 years. So I'm a prototype of what they say doesn't even exist. Took care of my kids every day.
Right.
Cooked, cleaned. With the word, got up, put them on the bus. You name it, I did it. Homework, teachers' conferences, I did it all. They say we don't exist. But there are plenty of now. What I've always found interesting about the child support thing is you actually look at the statistics, because there are single, quote unquote, single fathers out here who are raising their kids.
Yeah.
Right. So when you look at the statistics of men who put women on child support, it's less than 1%.
They don't even. You know what? I know a lot of single dads that don't even take that route. They don't even do that. They do not do that.
So that means 99% of men who are raising their children by themselves are doing it with no government assistance, and they're doing it with no child support.
That's true. And
so if the men can do it, and it's a statistics, anybody can go look these numbers up. They haven't changed. I think the last group of numbers came out for 2017 and 2018, but these numbers haven't changed over the years.
Right.
It's always been consistently the same numbers.
Sorry.
So if the men can do it, why can't the women do it?
But listen, but let me Right, but let me correct you though. What I do want to say is that I understand that men do it without the system. I understand that. But I'm gonna tell you that there is some families out there that need assistance. You know what I mean? And I don't want any.
I'm by no means am I suggesting they don't.
Okay,
But we're looking at
I understand.
statistics.
Right.
So raw numbers. We talk about 1% of men who have a child support order are doing it by almost 100% by themselves. They have no government. Now, when you look on the other side of that coin, women who have a child support order on men, 98% of them have 2 or more government services in their lives.
Now, let me make my point, because I understand what you're saying.
So what she just said is, I have my child in private school. Well, that's a luxury. Why? You don't have to do that. Why are you doing that? But that's a whole nother conversation.
Right. I mean, I think that she wants her child to have a good education.
A lifestyle that you can't afford, and then you're forcing the man to subsidize it.
No, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. What point I wanted to make though is that I don't want people to think because, you know, if you need services, please get them. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody to ever feel like that. Right. But what I'm saying is, men do not do the child support thing because they're not on the same page as if a woman was doing. Like I said, some women are doing it with control in mind. It's a get back. When men are taking care of their kids, they're not on that kind of mindset. They're not on a get back. They're not on a control thing. They're just not. And we're going to be real, because that's what the situation is. Now, as far as, because I've seen these situations where men could not see their kids because they didn't buy their kids the new Jordans, the latest Polo, Tommy, whatever the latest thing out was, some Uggs and all that. This is my thing. We really can't even afford that stuff. Let's be real. A lot of moms can't even, like I said, stand in the projects trying to look rich. You can't even afford that. If you can afford Jordans, you can afford all that stuff, then at the end of the day, why can't you pay your rent by yourself if you can afford those kind of things? You see what I'm saying? But women will project that onto the father and make the father accountable. Oh, I need my kid to have the new Jordans, or you can't see them, or I need you to buy this and I buy that. What's wrong with him going to Walmart, getting a couple outfits, or Kmart when it was Kmart, Target? Ain't nothing wrong with them stores. Them is clothes, baby. These is kids. Why do y'all want these kids to be in these designer clothes and these expensive? Listen, I've never believed in that.
My kids got big feet, okay? I wear size 12 and mama wears size 11. All of my son's 12 years old is 12. Okay? Buying little kids all them expensive sneakers gets expensive fast. Especially when they're younger, they're growing through them so quickly.
Right. But why does it matter what name is on them, though?
Because we've been hypersexualized and we've been hyper stimulated with labels.
See? And then women project that onto the dads, though. And they project that onto the dads, and then when the dads can't come through with their help with their luxury appetite, it's a problem. I'm telling y'all. Let me tell you something. I went,
and I'm willing to bet. I've lived in a few states, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to any social services office, I'm willing to bet money on this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you see? You see all of the name brands, people wearing all of they in social services getting assistance. You look in the parking lot, you got all of these new cars.
Right.
You know what I mean? So because they're being so heavily subsidized in different ways. And you have to be. Because if you want to, we use this thing, single. I wish we stopped using that word. And I would rather, it's a better way of saying you're unmarried instead of you're single. Because single means, you don't have nobody. You ain't got no family, you ain't got no friends. You're single, you're isolated. We also use the word that I wish we would stop using is independent. We love using that word. I'm strong, independent black woman, right?
Yeah.
Independent, the word independent means free from authority. That doesn't describe us. None of us are free from authority.
Right.
But what we're doing is we're using the word correctly.
Yeah, I've said that. I've said that.
We're trying to say I'm self-sufficient,
Mm-hmm.
and we're using independent in replace of self-sufficient. Those are two different words. They mean two different things.
But people don't understand
you
that.
You shouldn't even be bragging about that. Why are you bragging about being self-sufficient? You're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So you want credit for doing the thing you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, but let a man sit up and say, "Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that." Women will say it immediately. Women will say, "I'm not about to applaud you for things you should be doing," but women want to be applauded for things. Come on. Let me tell you something.
Out to me a little while ago. She says it takes two people to create this baby. Two, but we're only holding one person accountable, or rather, we're holding one more accountable than the other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a sad thing. And it's kind of funny because Bishop Nathaniel was talking on this topic.
Mm-hmm.
He did a video, I Married a Monster, is what was the topic of the video. And he was talking about this very thing, and he brought out in scripture where God compares us to, or compares the woman to an ostrich, right?
Mm.
And he was saying that the woman is cruel as an ostrich. This is in Lamentations. I posted it in a comment.
Mm-hmm.
I'll text it to you if you need me to. But
please,
what God was saying is because the ostrich is a cruel mother to its children.
Uh-huh.
They bury their eggs into the dirt and forget where they buried them, and then they walk over them and crush the eggs.
Mm.
And this is what God was making a reference to when he said they're cruel as an ostrich. Okay? And a lot of us don't realize the harm that we're doing to our kids by playing these games.
Mm-hmm.
Because a man is supposed to be a provider. That doesn't mean only money.
Right, that's true.
He has to provide other things too.
Mm-hmm.
But, I just want, as long as I'm getting the money, I'm going to do everything.
Right.
And this is why our kids are so screwed up, because we got one parent that's trying to do two jobs. You're not doing your job at 100%. You're trying to be a mother and a father. So which one are you doing at 100%?
Right.
If you're doing two, you're not doing any of them at 100%.
I have to cut you short because I've had you on for 15 minutes. I have to cut you short. But I thank you so much for calling in. Okay.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Thank you. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to keep it. The phone lines are blowing up so much. I have to keep it to 4 minutes. So please, and I'm gonna start cutting people short at 4 minutes because I want to allow everybody to call in. I want to allow everybody to call in. So I wanted to touch on the fact that about the material things and the name brand stuff. Hold on one second. Hello, caller. How are you? Hello.
Hey, what's up, Charlotte?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Did you want to weigh in on what we're talking about?
I did.
Okay.
So this is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we've been talking about all these things, and what comes to mind to me is that the basic point of it seems like, when we get off topic, is that it's all about get back, right? So it's all about get back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to me, the system is making women cripple themselves.
Mm.
So basically, when I pull that, when you say it's all about get back, it's like, basically what you're telling me is that these people are not emotionally responsible or financially responsible enough to make good decisions in raising a family, but that's who's responsible.
Mm.
So the question I have is, and I'm going to stop it right there, the question I have is, what's the solution? How do we make people be responsible to themselves and to the partner that they chose to have a child with in order to move forward with their families and with what they want for each other? Or is it that people really are crazy and they need help? Because me personally, I think the only untenable situation, like where you can't, maybe like in your situation that you mentioned, where you couldn't have the opportunity to sit down and make a decision with someone or something like that, you had to go that route, $50 is not a whole lot. So, I mean,
I think I can answer the solution. I think I can answer the solution question though. I just feel like a solution really could just be growth. Wanting more out of life, changing your mindset. Like I come on here all the time and I tell people, how I used to be, but then how I became to be, the woman that I am today. I'm sharing. I'm not keeping the growth and the knowledge to myself. I'm coming to spread it because I sat down one day and when I seen that I've grown as a woman, I said, how many other women are out here like me? That don't know how to treat a man, don't know how to talk to a man, have never been taught that. You know what I mean? Just in general, the baby dad drama, raising the kids, being a single mom, like all these things I learned. Let me come and let me create a space where I can teach other women how I got through, how I grow, how I changed. But to be honest with you, I don't think that some women are absorbing it. I've had women reach out to me and say, Shalakimia, listen, no one teaches us how to love a black man. Can you teach me? That's growth. That's a woman that's not sitting up here saying, oh, my man did this and my man did that and everything is his fault. This is a woman that's coming to the table saying, listen, I'm not perfect. I follow you on social media. Can you help me? So I know there's women out there that want help. They want to grow. But what about the women that just want to stay toxic? It's like, what do you do?
What about those people?
Huh?
What about those people who just don't want to change?
Yeah, I mean, what can you do but pray one day they wake up? Say it again, I'm sorry.
For the greater good, what can make somebody be responsible for wanting to control their own emotions? How can you get through to some person that wants to just hurt somebody because they've been hurt? How does that even happen?
I mean, I'm trying. I'm really trying. I'm really trying to, mentor, as many people, as many women, but the women that are that don't agree with what I'm saying, like I'm coming on here telling lies or something, when a lot of it is my testimony. I'm sorry?
Well, I know you're trying. My issue is not with you. I'm talking about solutions for the system that they even go through.
That may not know me.
I mean, it confuses me on the mindset of the people, and it's not only a black or white thing anymore. We're talking about black people, I understand that, but it's not just black or white thing. This is a epidemic that's going through all races at a certain economic level.
I wouldn't.
Typically, and you see it happening to the rich people too when they go through child support, but it's all just for show. It's just entertainment. That's how they stay relevant a lot of times. But black people, Hispanic people, all using the same system that at a certain economic class was never meant to benefit them at all. Well, how can you, as an individual person, when you know that, it's almost like people aren't even looking or
right.
They just want something. They want something or they want some kind of power.
Right.
If you weren't able to make a budget or sit down and talk about finances before you had that baby, before you knew what was going to be what, how can you expect money to come out of thin air and then have the market let somebody charge you on interest on money that's not there and get you what you supposedly need or don't need when you have not made a commitment to sit down with another person and say, this is the budget, this is what we need, this is what we can afford.
Communication.
Together. Even if you're not in the same household. And I'm just like, how can a person who knows that the system isn't for them go to the system for a solution?
Right.
I just don't understand people that even. I just don't understand it.
What you asked is a deep question though, like, and I'm not gonna sit there and say I haven't thought about it. I'm thinking of ways to get through to people, not just black women, but to be able to even the field a little bit, and try to teach women how to understand men, and how to teach men how to understand women. I think I have a good outlook um, on that. That's a deep question, and I'm gonna tell you something. I feel like inside of the black community, I feel like our numbers are higher than any other race. I stand corrected though. You can correct me, but I just don't see other races treating their men like we treat our men. I don't see Chinese people doing that. I don't see Japanese people doing that. You know,
I'm not gonna agree with you. I think you're right.
I
But I
didn't hear
also
you.
have some advice for the brothers out here. Because I know how we are.
Mhm.
Um, I don't want, and it's often that a woman feels like as if she gets another man that, and it's not the men who do this that I see in my personal experience, but if a woman gets another man, she all of a sudden feels like she has to let her man, her new man, or change her behavior towards her old man, even though they're not together, to have
Mhm.
dominance over their relationship and the kids. And it's not always, us brothers have to say, stop, no. If that guy is a good dude,
Mhm.
and it's all about the kids, I want him as a black brother to be able to have a relationship with his kids. I'll help facilitate that. We
Right.
as men have to stop being so selfish when it comes to that.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. Just like you were trying to help women, that's what I can say to my brothers out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Don't keep that man away. If
yeah.
it's something that don't be lied to or nothing like that. But
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I gotta let you go because the lines are blown up. But I appreciate you so much for calling in.
No doubt. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I feel like that was a very deep question. I know me alone. I know I can't reach everybody like I try to, but I do want us to get better. And when I sit up here and I talk about, black men have been lied on, I'm talking about domestic violence cases. I'm talking about black men have taken care of kids that weren't theirs. You know what I mean? Even rape cases, I've seen men that have been lied on, and just think about the trauma that comes from being lied on like that. And these are the things that we don't talk about. Imagine spending a lot of time in jail because somebody lied and said that you raped them. You see what I'm saying? Or how women will lie and say that the father's abusive to keep them away from the children. Let's think about things like that. Those are things that we're not talking about. Those are things that aren't being discussed. And a lot of men are hurting. You know what I mean? Like, y'all know I've been through that situation, where I was lied on with a whole domestic dispute, you know. And at the end of the day, it wasn't it when I was going through it, I'm like, wow, am I going through this? So I understand the process. So I understand the men that go through this. And ironically, just imagine I'm at domestic violence court. I didn't do anything to anybody. You know what I mean? And I'm in a room, and I'm the only woman. I'm the only woman in a room full of men. And I was sitting next to a guy, and the guy told me, he's like, I ain't lived in Pennsylvania in years, and I got served with a domestic violence claim. And he had proof, showing he ain't even lived here. He had a letter from his parole officer in the state he lived in, like all type of stuff. It was just so crazy. And I'm just sitting there talking to him. I'm like, listen, just hold your head up. I said, you have the proof that you need, to clear you. I said, it's so unfortunate. He's like, I feel like she's doing this because, me and my mom been trying to get visitation and partial custody of the kids and stuff. And I'm just thinking to myself, wow. Look at what this man is going through, because he wants to be a part of his children's lives. But these are the things that we're not talking about. And I'm just going to go a little bit further. A lot of people are friends and family with people that do things like that. Who speaks up? Who in the family speaks up and says, this ain't right. You ain't right. Why are you doing that? It's so many people that just sit by and let these things happen and let these lies play out and let somebody's life be ruined. But I really want to sit here and say today that sometimes you have to be careful what you sit around and you witness. And I'm gonna be real. You have to be careful what you sit around and witness, because you in the next season may find yourself or your child, your son, your brother in that same situation. Your family may experience that same situation, and you sitting up as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, whoever it is, wishing that somebody will come forth and tell the truth, declare your son, declare your father, declare your brother. Because I know I would want, if I knew somebody that could prove my son was innocent, you understand, or prove my brother was innocent, I would want them to do the right thing. So why are some of us women sitting around witnessing our friends, witnessing our family do these things, and we're not saying absolutely nothing? People hate me because I speak up on these kind of things and I stand in the forefront, and I don't care if it's me standing there by myself and it's 100 people looking at me. I'm going to tell the truth. Period, point blank, because I will want someone to do it for me. I will want somebody to stand up and do the right thing when it comes to me. A lot of these men have suffered. We have overlooked it for too long. Too long. When I say, that black men, have been disrespected, we disrespect them. We tear them down. We remind them of their shortcomings. Sure, but let somebody remind us women of our shortcomings. You see what I'm saying? We got an attitude, and why you throw something in my face? Why are you dishing out something that you're not able to take back? We are disrespectful to them. We are. When I talk about unappreciated. Now let me touch on unappreciated. Let me talk about how some of y'all have a man in your household that isn't even your children's father, but he's helping you keep a roof over the head and food in the refrigerator, and doing different things with your kids, and he's there for y'all, and he's disrespected. He's disrespected by your children that he take care of, but not even his, but he's disrespected. You see what I'm saying? You got them kids in the household sitting up talking about, oh, that ain't my dad. Well, baby, your dad ain't here. Your dad ain't here taking care of you. Your dad ain't making sure you eat. Your dad ain't making sure you get to school. You got clothes on your back. There's food in the front. Your dad's not here to make sure that this man is. And you're not even his child. And y'all women need to start making your kids respect that. Respect that. Because I see a lot of y'all sitting up and allowing your kids to disrespect. Baby, let me tell you something. That ain't their dad, but that's the man of the house. That's the man that's going out to a job, working, and making sure that you and your kids have. That's a man that could leave at any time. Because why should he be disrespected in his house, in the house that he paid bills for? Baby, I ain't never played that with my kids. Don't play with me at all. I don't play like that. I don't tolerate disrespectful children. And it's wrong. And too much of that goes on. Too much of it. A lot of y'all women sit up, oh, my kids come first. Sit down, sis. Sit down. Your kids is wrong. Wrong as hell. You understand? This ain't a situation where your kids come first. This is a situation where you teach your kids to respect people, period. And respect who you in a relationship with. And respect who is assisting and taking care of them. Because let me tell you something. That good man is going to walk away one day. So tighten up. I don't know who that was for, but that good man that's sitting up there helping you raise kids that are not his, and you letting them kids disrespect him, and you allowing it, he's going to leave. So tighten up. And in my last topic, when I say that, black men are the least empowered, they are. Look, a lot of black women are mad at my platform. They're mad. Because what? I'm coming on here and I'm pouring the empowerment into the black men. We're empowered as black women. There's many resources for us to be empowered. Why don't black men deserve empowerment? Why don't they deserve right is right and wrong is wrong situations? Tell me that. I'm not standing down on what I believe and what I come and say. And I'm sitting up here telling you from a woman That was not always this woman sitting in front of you. That I had to learn these things. I had to learn how to empower a man and inspire a man and speak life into him. You understand? I had to learn how to pray for my man. You understand that? I had to learn those kind of things. I had to learn respect. I had to learn submission. I had to learn how to take responsibility. Like I always tell people, we live in a world full of relationships. You can't sit up here and tell me every failed relationship is a man's fault, because I cannot believe that. Us as women, we have stuff with us too. We have stuff with us too. Hello, caller.
Hey, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
I'm hanging in here. I always love listening to your show.
Thank you.
Speak the truth, and that's what we really need. And see, that's the thing, though, what's going on nowadays is that these type of people that are too sensitive, that just like block the truth and they don't want to hear it. That's because, once you start speaking the truth and they get offended easily, that's just right there, just tells you right there who they really are themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
As much as they trying to hide underneath the dirt, it's not going to happen. It's going to be exposed. So there's the old saying that says every lie tells the truth. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, especially as much as I love black folks, you know what I'm saying, it seems like we're the only race that got issues and not getting along with each other. And most of these so-called black females who act like the big B word, you know what I'm saying, and they have no respect for black men. Part of that is because, comes from the family, how they spoiled them, and they say, yeah, you my black princess, and you're this, and you're that, instead of just teaching them straight up how to respect the reality of life, and it really disappoints me as a black man when I hear some of these so-called black females sitting there rashing on black men, oh, he's a broke M-bomb, he works at McDonald's and stuff. And I'm like, yo, he's doing something. What are you doing? Spreading your legs over some F-boys? Trying to find you some sugar daddy all the time? Out there selling your body all the time? Or out there in social media talking about, I need a man that gives me this, and I need a man that doesn't do that, and do this for my kids. This is like, yo, you become a stress, a burden, a problem. And you wonder why they don't want to stay with you. And it's like, somebody like yourself, Sharky, like real talk, I wish there was a lot more like you. Somebody who understands, who speaks the truth. We need a lot more just like you, especially certain black women, And the thing is, we black people, we're a very strong culture. There's a lot of
very strong. We are powerful.
Yeah, because we are very talented, we're smart, we're strong. We could do a lot of things that most coaches can't do. That's why they look up to us when it comes to our culture. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to being black, it's like, nah, we ain't got nothing to do with them. So, as black folks, we gotta really stand up strong for our own culture and do exactly what Asians, Hispanics, and white people do, is look out for each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like the old saying, it's just, hey, every white man's worst nightmare is an educated black person. And if we become that, we become kings and queens all the way to the end.
Right. Absolutely. I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you so much for calling in.
No problem.
Thank you.
Take care. God bless.
Okay, thank you. Hold on. Yeah, I was going to tell y'all earlier. Hold on. Hello, caller.
Hello. Can I make a comment on the topic?
Absolutely.
Okay. I feel like everything that you say is right. Us as black women, we do need to learn how to treat our black men 100% better. They have the world on their shoulders when they leave us, when they leave their children, children. They have to go out in a world that is dark, not just to them, but even to us women. It's dark for us as well.
Right.
Things that they go through, we can never understand. We can never understand how hard it is for them. I think that some black women, they need to apologize to their sons, whether their sons are grown or not. If they're little, you need to apologize to them, because sometimes women get too caught up in their emotions and their words, and they don't think before they act. They just do. And sometimes women can never admit when they're wrong. This mentality that some of these women have with just needing a man to do things for money, as money-wise, to take care of this and take care of that, is not right. We need men in the home.
Yeah, yes, we do.
To stand and
yes, we do.
Us and provide for us. Women are multipliers. When we receive something from a man, we're supposed to be able to take it and multiply.
Absolutely.
And that is our duty as women. I thank you for your show. This is my first time calling in. I love you. I watch you the time. Thank you. Thank you. You're making me a better woman for my husband. I've been married for almost 5 years now with my husband for about 13 years. 4 beautiful black children. We trying to do better. We're trying to grow all together. Thank you.
Amazing. You're welcome, Queen. Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a good night.
You too. And what she just said is so correct. Like, we need each other. And us as black women, I mean, I love y'all. You know, I love us. I love black people, period. But to be honest with you, black women, we got to do better. There's moms out there, you know, they are so angry at the fathers they projected on the children. We gonna be real. They project it on the children. They start treating the children bad because they hate the fathers. What about those mothers that don't nobody talk about? And that's why, and people see mothers acting like this and don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Just let the child, you know, get all the abuse. You see what I'm saying? All because the mom is mad at the dad, the dad moved on or whatever. Now you mad at the child. Now you mistreating your child. I've had boys come to me and tell me that they were mistreated as a child by their mother. They was mistreated because they look like their father. These are the things going on in our community. These are the things. Nobody's speaking up though. Nobody's saying nothing. And what I'm sitting up here saying is I love our people. And that's why I come on here and I talk about different things and I share my growth. And I try to come on here and I try to teach. This isn't a platform where I'm coming on here, you know, and I'm bashing or I'm coming for anybody. Because if I'm coming for somebody, I gotta come for me. I gotta bash me. You see what I'm saying? Because I wasn't always Shalakemia. Like, my nickname is Mia. People used to call me Mia. Do you understand? I hated Shalakemia. I hated my name. You understand? When I grew into the woman I was supposed to be, I grew into the name Shalakemia. I love when people call me Shalakemia because that's who I am. That's who I've always been. But I was Mia for so long. And Mia wasn't who I was. That was just a nickname that people called me because they couldn't say Shalakemia. You understand? But I wasn't always Shalakemia. I was a woman that was broken, that was hurt, that was raising 2 kids. I've been a mom since I was 15 years old. You understand? So through this journey, I had to take responsibility for me and the things I've done and the way that I've treated people in friendships and relationships. I know a lot of people don't want to come and step up and take responsibility, but it's time. It's time for us to treat each other better. It's not about an apology, for real. We owe each other an apology. We owe each other an apology. And then to move on from that apology and move forward and do better by each other and strengthen our community. That's what we need to do. And I feel like that's the solution. The solution is to change the mindset. We can't continue to move forward like we've been moving. We can't keep disrespecting our black men. Black men can't keep disrespecting us. Why are we even disrespecting each other? We need each other on a whole deeper level. I know that a lot of black women been taught different, that you don't need a man. We need each other. I'm sorry to come and tell you. No, I'm not even sorry to come and tell you, because this is exactly what you need to hear. We need each other. Let me tell you something. It is things that a man can teach a child that a woman can't. You understand? I don't think y'all understand. It's very deep. It's very deep. This is why a child needs both parents. This is why it takes a village. Do y'all understand? But we got to all be on the same page. We have to. And I feel like it's a great need to come and to talk to black women about how we handle black men, because we ain't talking about that. And we need to talk about it. We need to get these men back in the households. We need to stop sitting up oh, I don't need no man. I could do bad by myself. What you want to do bad for? Why would anybody ever sit up and say, I can do bad by myself? What you want to do bad by yourself for? When you have options to do better. When you have options to do greater. Come on. Come on. We inflict things on ourselves sometimes. Seriously. We really do. I was reading the comments. But yeah, you know, that's just how I feel about it. Those are topics. My topics for tonight, you know, are topics that, you know, needed to be talked about, needed to be put on the table, and need to be recognized. Hello, caller.
I'm sorry, I had to call back.
You go ahead.
Listen, the brother that called earlier with the $6,000, the girl that stole the $6,000, he asked the question, should I forgive her? Yes, brother, you should forgive her. Because you're not doing it for her, you're doing it for yourself.
Great point.
Now, that doesn't mean let her back in the door.
Right.
No, you don't let her back in the door. She got to stay gone. But you forgive her because you got to forgive yourself. And that leads me to the other question we've been asking. And we asked this question on the last video before we went to jail. When I called it last.
Don't be talking about the time I did now. I did some hard time.
No, not that. I mean, Facebook jail. I'm sorry, I didn't call you out like
it's
that.
It's okay.
Let me be specific. What is our solution? We got to come back to who
we do.
We are.
It's mindset.
We got to come back.
The solution is mindset.
We got to follow the rules that God gave us. That's why you said generational curses earlier. Why did these generational curses get put on us? They got put on us because we wasn't following the law.
Right.
We got to come back to what we're supposed to do. Then we'll know how to treat each other correctly.
Right.
And that's what brothers got to know how to treat the sisters correctly. Sisters definitely got to treat the
we got it right. But
the accord we got to come on is the accord that we've always been running from.
Mm-hmm.
We've been running from it in Egypt. We've been running from it in Babylon. We've been running it in Persian media. We've been running from it in Assyria, in Rome, in America. We're still running from the same thing the whole time. And we keep getting put in captivity, in and out of captivity because of this. So
right.
What do? We got to start following the rules.
Absolutely.
We got to do what we're supposed to do because there's rules for everything. There's rules for everything. And how we're supposed to treat one another. Another comment you made earlier, I heard it earlier because I've been listening. I'll be listening. And we were talking about, we've been talking about it the whole time, treating each other correctly. And now I lost my train of thought. Give me a second. I'm running my mouth. I'm not excited. I get excited when I talk to you. And
okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We have to come back to ourselves. And we always worried about what the white folks is doing. We got to stop worrying about them because we've been different. We are not them. They weren't given the laws. We were.
That's true.
They can do whatever they want to do. We have to focus on us and put our households
right in perspective. We got to worry about our home front. We worried about somebody else's home front. Our home front ain't even right. You see what I'm saying? We wasting. Let me tell you something. We wasting so much time arguing, fussing, fighting, tearing each other down when we can use all of that to build each other up. You see what I'm saying? To build each other all the way up. Because let me tell you something about us black women. Let me tell you something about us. We are so powerful. We are so powerful. Let me tell you something. We can speak life into y'all kings. Do you understand? We can speak life into y'all. We can empower y'all like no other. We can inspire y'all and motivate y'all. But that's a mindset. You got to understand. That's a mindset. Because you also have the woman on the flip side that will tear you down to shreds and make you feel like you this small. It's a mindset. You go ahead.
Nothing's new under the sun. The scriptures say nothing is new under the sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always hear women blaming the man for something. So let's go back to the beginning, to the first female and first man, Adam and Eve. First black man and black woman on the planet.
Oh, you know I'm about to stop you, right? You know I'm about to stop you, right? You know I'm about to stop you, right?
Why?
You know I'm about to stop you because you don't win 5 minutes. I love you. I love you. I love you, but I'm about to stop you.
Can I make this one point? Though?
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you make your point. Go ahead.
Adam and Eve. Eve had a perfect man. Adam was perfect. She lived in paradise, and she still wasn't happy. Let's think about how deep that is. She wasn't happy living in paradise with a perfect man.
You know why women be in those situations?
That spirit is still here.
You know why women be in those situations? You hear me?
I'm listening. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You know why women be in those situations? Because, and I'm not talking about Eve because I wasn't there. I don't know. I just heard the story. But it's a lot of women that are in situations with good men. You understand? But those women are looking for that man to be like their last man. You see what I'm saying? And they're not happy. Right, what I'm saying, I can't really speak on that because I just know the story, I don't know. But what I'm telling you is in today, and not saying that doesn't matter because it does. But what I'm saying today, what I'm seeing out of women is a lot of women are sitting up looking for more and more and more and more and overlooking the amazing qualities of the man that they have in front of them.
Well, and that's my point.
Okay.
That
okay.
has always been there from the beginning. And that's something we have to analyze in ourselves. There's nothing new under the sun. So these spirits keep repeating themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They keep repeating themselves. Adam was perfect. They lived in a perfect place. The food was perfect. The weather, everything. And she still wasn't happy. And that spirit is still there. We got to fix that.
Okay.
We got to come back to the laws.
Okay.
I'm gone. Somebody else got to call.
All right. Thank you. All right. Well, if you was calling from Chicago, come on and call on back because if you was calling from Georgia, okay. He must have just kept hitting redial. He said, "I'm gonna get through here." What's up?
I just wanted to make comment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about the whole topic of how black men are treated and things of this nature, and how the system is rigged against us.
Mm-hmm.
And that much is true, but I've decided for myself as a black man to just take that personal inventory.
Mm-hmm.
And when people want to change, you can see it. You can see it. I know how sometimes we can't help but fall in love with who we fall in love with, but when as a man, we touched on how we provide and protect and things like that, but in all actuality, we are the primary nurturers as well. That word nurturing hadn't come up, neither had cherish. And I'm in agreement with my brother about going back to the original, how it was set to be.
Mm-hmm.
But a man is supposed to love his wife, love his woman. He's supposed to also nurture her and cherish her. If a man is doing these three things right, correctly,
he has no problem with a woman falling even more in love with him. However, in our society today, there's so much information and like he said, nobody's following the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is because they don't know the rules.
Right.
They don't know the rules. We're working on maybe third or fourth generation of young folks
Mm-hmm.
who've never been into the church except for a funeral or a wedding.
Okay.
And so how do we get that? It's a simple mathematical thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's each one teach one.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
And
Because unless you have a platform such as the one that you have,
mm-hmm.
that's all you can do. You reach those closest around, and you do the very best you can.
Right.
But since we're in the book though,
Mm-hmm.
the book tells us that the time we're living in is just the time we're living in. You know, where people become heartless, you know, and they don't have the natural affection.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a mother can abuse her son.
Right.
That's why a father can abuse his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's because people lack natural affection.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not always something that you can teach.
Right.
You know, that's not something that you can always teach. And it's a sad thing, but it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, and then when you compound that with the system, you know, for a black man, it is definitely hard. It's not a complaint. That's not a complaint for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was built for this.
Right.
We're built for it. Can I say that? We're built for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, yeah, I'll walk around with the world on my shoulders if I have to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do it all by myself if
Mm-hmm.
I have to. But there is no easy answer. There
It's
is no
not.
easy answer. And but I thank God for you, Shalakimia.
Thank you.
And I pray your strength. And I pray that you just continue to do the very best you can, sis. And,
Thank you.
and hopefully somebody will be reached. And in fact, I know somebody will be reached.
Yeah.
Amen?
Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you so
So,
much.
You have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful night. I'm going to tune out. I have been listening for a while.
Okay.
But I'm going to have to tune out. And y'all be blessed, okay?
Okay, you too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. I just had somebody send me Diary of a Tired Black Man. I'm gonna review that though. I'm gonna review that. Perry Dupree, everybody's looking for perfection because of television, music, and social media. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. A lot of people are in relationships and they're looking at someone else's relationship, and they're not looking at their relationship. They're not paying attention to their relationship. You know, so it's like you take for granted what you have because you see somebody else with something, not even knowing what someone else may be going through, or you see what I'm saying? You may not know the situation. But people will look at other people's situations and then look at their situation, start judging their situations. No, I feel like you know, we should be in relationships and be with that person for who they are. You understand? And we both have a responsibility. You know, me as a woman, you know, it's my job to empower and inspire and motivate. And I feel like it's his job to do the same. You know, when I'm down, he picked me up. When he's down, you know, I pick him up. I put a post up earlier with it was a meme with a woman telling her man that she was cash apping him. She was cash apping him $100 to get lunch and get his haircut. You know, a lot of people on social media was very, a lot of women, you know, were just against the post. Like, oh no, I'm not doing that. You know, people got me effed up. They got me messed up. So like, I really want to touch on this because I want to put some understanding on it. So when we as men, or when men give us money for our hair and our nails and, you know, to go do the things that we like, and they do little special stuff for us, why shouldn't we do special things for them if we love them? You see what I'm saying? Like, why don't we do things like that? You know, it was a lot of women on my post saying, you know, that they do those kind of things and, you know, their man does. But those are women that are real women. You know what I mean? They have grown. They understand. They have a positive, good, and strong mindset to know that I'm in this relationship, I'm in this marriage, and we are team players. We are for each other. But you have to understand that other women are just in it for what they can get. They're not trying to pour anything into the relationship. They just want to get what they can get, and they want to move on. You know, Diary of a Mad Black Man was a very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Monica sent it to me, so I'm a view that. You know, but you know, hey, from Nigeria. Hold on, I'm gonna take this call. Hello, how are you, caller? Caller, you have to turn me down. You have to turn me down.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Are you listening to me on something else?
I'm listening to you right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, you gotta turn it. Yeah, you gotta turn it down.
Okay, I did.
Okay, now go ahead. You want to weigh in on what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
You talk about men and women right now, are you?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I look at you every now and then, and I caught you tonight.
Okay.
And I just want to say, I was married. I love you, I really do. And I just want to let you know, I was married for 40 years. I happened to lose my sweetie to lung cancer. He was my first, and he was my only. And I tell you, sweetheart, it would be nothing I wouldn't have did for that man.
Right.
That's what we do when you become a couple.
Yeah.
You stand by each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what God put you together for.
Absolutely.
And if you want to remain happy and be with your significant other for a minute or for forever, for it's for me, then you do that for one another. Like he do for you, you do for him. Equal. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be that way if you guys want to make it to the end. It's not him, all you, and not him. It's got to be him and you because you guys are together. It's got to be equal. It can't be one-sided. It never can be if you love your mate. You got together first because you love one another. And then you got together because you want to, that was your soulmate. You want to go to the end.
Right.
And that's how it's supposed to be. Love and respect one another. And I'm telling you, communicate, know how to treat one another because that is the foundation to a relationship.
Absolutely.
That is, a house cannot stand without a foundation. And sweetheart, if you communicate and trust and truly love one another, that house is going to stand so strong, a tornado can even blow it down. That is what a strong couple is. A strong foundation is a couple that stands as strong as a foundation to a big, beautiful building. Stand strong because God put you together. And when you got kids, you are teaching your kids how to treat not just each other, but the people out of the world. You got to know what to do. And I'm telling you, do it because I've done it. We had 4 kids. Unfortunately, I lost them to lung cancer. But I tell you, he still lives with his 3 sons and his beautiful daughter. They're all adults. They're all doing with everything that God asked them to do and what we told them to do.
Right.
Because children don't learn on their own. They learn from us. They don't do what we say, they do what we do. Right. So if you're going to do things, you got to do it right. Not just for yourself, but for your children. And try to also be a model for other people that you don't know. Because like you said earlier, sweetheart, you don't know what people are going through.
Right.
And don't live for the Joneses and don't live like the Joneses. Live for yourself. And when you do that and be you, I'm telling you guys from experience, I was one of the happiest women alive because we've been rich. My husband had his own little business and we made it and we did great because we had God in it. And I'm telling you, holding on to each other when time is good is great. But you got to hold on even tighter when times are bad.
Right.
And I'm telling you, sweetheart, hold on to each other, put your head together, and figure out what you're going to do. Right. That's what a couple do. That's what people that love each other do. They stick strong and they stand together. You don't each other. He was my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I would never see anything that hurt nobody on the outside. Why would I want to hurt my best friend, the one that's there for me, doing for me, and
True.
on every cause? So I'm telling you, sweetheart, my children tried to get me to do something like this. There are all of those that we had 3 sons and we had 1 daughter. She had a birthday on the 20th of November. She was 27.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, they are all good people. They doing everything men and women supposed to do. That's because not only did we tell them, we had to model that.
Right.
And children do as they see.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, sweetheart, if you got somebody, and if you don't have children, love each other and be each other's children. Just have fun with each other, respect one another, and I promise you, life will be grand with one another. It really will be. You keep doing what you're doing, sweetheart. One day you may see me, because my children pushing me, because I love people. That's my fault. I love people. So, you know what, when I meet someone, I'm going to always have a smile no matter what I'm going through. And I hope I can make their day better. I don't care who it is. I don't care what color you are.
Right.
People are people that we always created by one Father, and He's above us. So, you know what, I do what I have to do, because one day I'm going to be very straight on my back. And when I open my eyes, I want to know that I've done the right thing. I want to be given in the face of Jesus and my loved ones. That's what I'm living for. So you know what, sweetheart? You do what you do. I love you. I just love you. I just wish I was right beside you so I could be your right-arm woman, because I just love what you do. My children been trying to get me forever to do what you're doing. I'm new to things. You know, I'm losing my husband. He was my first love, first boyfriend. I never been with anyone else. Still to this day. So I miss him. I love him. And you keep doing what you do. There's a lot of people out there that need to hear things that you say.
Thank you.
And if you get some haters in there, that means they're not doing what they need to do. And you are touching them. And so when you say something to a person and you hit them in a spot that they don't like, you know what? You know what my children told me, Mama, you're a little blunt. Some people can't stand a person like you because I said, well, you know what, sweetheart? I'm a woman, don't get in anyone's business, stay home, mind my business. But if someone asks me something, I shoot straight from the hip. I said, and if they ask me, I don't know if I've been rude or cold to anyone. But I do get a lot of people's spot because I am straight. I do speak from the heart. But if I do, I tell my children, that sounds like a personal problem, and it's not a problem of mine.
Right.
And I tell you one thing, I said, if I hit a spot that they don't like, and especially when I'm talking to you, then you need to go check the man in the mirror. When you look there, you're not going to see me standing. Okay, so you do that. And hopefully, honey, you hit somebody's spot, they'll check themselves out. They don't keep checking you out because you hit their spot. When you hit the spot, that means you was right on the target.
Right.
And especially when you're not talking to them. So don't ever be offended by anything you get that's negative because you are doing the right thing. Just keep on those you hate it. And maybe you're teaching them something that they need to know. Keep teaching, sweetheart. I love you, and I'm going to start watching you from now on.
I love you too, and thank
I've been
you.
trying to get you forever, sweetie. No, I just love you. Keep doing it, sweetheart. Keep doing it.
Thank you so
I know
much.
I have to get out of here because I will talk to you forever. And I know you got other people that want to get in. But sweetheart, I will be listening and I will be dropping in on any subject that you have from now on.
Thank you so much.
I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too.
You keep it up. I really, truly do. You don't know me already, but I know you.
Okay.
I love you. I do, sweetie. Just keep it up. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. I love you too.
Have a great evening, sweetheart.
You too.
Have a good. All right, honey. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So I'm going to wrap up right now. And, you know, I really want to thank everybody for, you know, being here when I came back. You know, it was a rough time. There's times that I sat back and I thought about, you know, just putting the torch down. I'm like, okay, you know, people are reporting me, you know, people are coming for me and they don't want to hear this, you know. Let me just hang it up, you know, but at the end of the day, God wouldn't let me hang it up. You know, hate is going to come with the territory. When you're coming and you're telling the truth and you're trying to bring change and growth, you know, and you coming out here being transparent like I do, the hate is going to come, you know. So I had a rough 30 days. It was very rough. I was depressed at times. I didn't know if I would ever, you know, get my page back. I didn't know, you know. But when it came towards the end, I understood that I can't stop. I can't stop now. I've come too far. You know, I'm not going to shut my mouth because the enemy wants me to shut my mouth. I'm not going to shut up because people don't want to hear what I have to say. You know, I'm not going to do that, because if one person grows and is empowered and inspired and motivated by what I come on here and I talk about on my lives and I talk about on my talk show, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. You know, I want to be, I'm not going to say I want to be, I am a world changer, a culture changer, because that's what I set out to do. I don't want to just change and grow and be this amazing, great person by myself. You know, I want to pour those same things that, you know, I pour into myself and God pours into me and other people pour into me. And I want to come on this platform and pour into y'all. And hopefully in 2021, you know, I can go ahead and go on tour like I planned. I plan on touring 5 cities, you know, and bringing the empowerment, you know, to you and to your city, and, you know, just for us to be empowered, you know, together, for us to get on the right track, for us to grow into who we're supposed to be, you know, grow into our purpose, walk into our purpose, and be great and amazing people. That's why every morning, every day I try to come on the platform and say, hey, amazing people. You know why? Because I want you to know, and I come to remind you that you're amazing. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're facing, you are amazing. And what you're going through is only to shape you into who you're going to be. That's it. I enjoyed y'all tonight. I'm here every single Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2021, my platform will change. I do it right now from my home in my room. 2021, that's going to change, you know, but it's going to change in a growing kind of situation. I'm not letting anybody steer me away from what God told me to come and do. And that's to empower people and to include Black men in that empowerment, because they have been left out for far too long. But I want to thank everybody that called in tonight. Jonathan, come to Raleigh. I'm reading the comments. Sandra, amen. God is using you to help people. You're amazing. I love you. I love you too. You know, I want to thank everybody that called in tonight, everybody that was on her comment, and, you know, thank you for everybody that stuck it out with me. And I will see y'all tomorrow on a live, okay? So y'all have a good night, amazing people, and thank you again for tuning in with me.